What's going on? It's Chaos311 back here with Dark Souls for the PC, and we just got to Firelink Shrine finally from that first video, so we are chilling here.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess, fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Alright, so basically he's telling you there's 2 bells that you have to ring. Remember the guy who killed said there was a bell to ring. So, there's 2. So anyway, let's go around. This is what I usually do when I start a game here. Well, first I grab all this stuff. We got some humanity there, which is nice to have. Which way am I going? So I go through and get all the little items in the area. Back here there is some fire bombs, which are actually pretty useful for times. There's a guy there. I don't think I want to go. Can't remember if there's. No, there's not. There's one over there. Okay. Come around here. Grab Soul of the Lost Undead. Go up the stairs. And grab a Soul of Lost Undead. Alright. So, and then B runs. There we go. So anyway, I like using spears, actually, and there's a spear I'm going to grab. I'm kind of going to go on a suicide mission. Well, and here's the crow that brought us here. Not really yet a suicide mission, but, well, maybe I should spend some of these souls first, just in case. I haven't done this in a while. There's a few items I want to grab in the graveyard. The problem is that there's skeletons that come up, and they're actually pretty tough at this point in the game. So I don't want to screw up and die, lose souls this early. So I'm pretty sure the spear you need 13 strength and 15 dex. Wow, it's gonna be tough with this guy, isn't it? The Drake sword you need 16 strength, I think. Well, let's just start working towards that. Let's see how that goes. We got 223 left. If I lose that, I'm not gonna really care. That's not much in the soul department. Alright, so let's head on up. The cleric is here, and he has a covenant of the white, which is kind of like the cleric covenant. I think we already belong to that because we're a cleric, though.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Alright, so let's talk to him again.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Alright, so you can learn a gesture here, so do that if you want to use those. And we already have that covenant, so then we just have to basically, we can purchase spells from them and talismans. We already have a talisman because we're a cleric. So if you want, you can start getting some spells. We already have the heal spell. And you see on the right, they're pretty expensive. 2,000, 4,000 for force, 8,000 for Homer, 10,000 for great heal. We'll work on getting those as the time goes on.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Alright, so let's head on up here to start to get some items in the area. There's an elevator here that's going to end up being a shortcut to the church, if I remember correctly. But we're going to actually, until we go to the church, we aren't able to use that shortcut. So what we have to do, we can go in here and fall down like that, and go down here. There's a few chests we're going to get. So we got cracked red eye orbs, which I believe help you invade other players. We have a morning star and a talisman. Now if you want to do faith spells and you're not a cleric, because you don't start with a talisman, don't buy a talisman, just come down here and grab this one. See how this morning star is in comparison to what we have. Yeah, it's a little worse, but it does have a bleed effect. You see on the bottom there, the 300? That means it has a bleeding effect. Which does a little dot on the enemies. So it's not bad in that way. It requires one less strength on the right there, required parameters, 12 for the strength. That goes strength, dex, intelligence, faith. You have to have at least that amount to equip the weapon well, let's put it that way. So we'll stay with this guy for now. And what we got here? We got homeward bones, which are used to take you back to a bonfire. Kind of like a quick warp back if you're in trouble. And a talisman, which... what is the talisman for? I don't remember. Prevents Estus recovery. Oh, okay. So you can't use Estus if you use this in an area. That's most likely, I'm guessing, for PvP to stop other people from healing. And the cracked red eye orb, yeah, invade another world. Okay, so you can go into other people's worlds. Now what we're going to do here is there's a lot of items down here. You know what? But see, these skellies are pretty tough. This is what I usually do. I'm overly cautious when it comes to this game, even though I don't do it in this exact fashion. They will chase you, the skeletons. But if you get to the bonfire in time, it resets itself. Alright. So now they're back. Don't have to worry about them. I kind of like to start this with those guys not up. That's why I ran back. I'm sure you don't have to do that. Now there's skellies all over the place, but you see there's items all over the place too. So I like to kind of head this way first and get this one. These skellies are going to come up, but you just got to run, basically. Try not to get hit by them. There's these guys. Soul of a something. If you come in this direction, there is a big guy, and there's also a nice two-handed sword. And if you go this way, here's what I really want, the winged spear. And there's the big guy. Oh shit. I got nailed. So now I'm going to run my little ass off. There's a couple more items in there, but I don't really care about them as much as I care about the spear. And that's really what I care the most about is the spear. So we are going to head back and reset. There we go. And now we have all those items. Even if you die, you actually keep the items that you have. So you can go and you could have grabbed those items and ended up dying, and you still would have them in your inventory. Yeah, this spear is nice. But you see, we need 15 decks to use it properly at the bottom there, and we only have 10. So it's going to take a while before we get to that. Now, I guess I already put some points in decks, so I guess I'm going to have to go for that. Like I said, I've never done a cleric, so I'm not sure the best way to build. You know, you kind of get yourself their strength and your dexterity and faith or whatever, intelligence to equip the weapon you want equipped, and then I would dump most of my other points, most likely in vitality and endurance, until you get to about 40 in both, or you know, those are the important stats. And the other stats, just get the weapon that you want equipped. Stats taken care of, you know. So how many more points do we need to level up? We need 741. Yeah, if I use those bones. See, for the next thing I'm going to do here is actually going to be a suicide mission. We only have 223 souls, which is not a lot, really, so I don't care if I lose them. So head on downwards here. It's actually going to be like 2 suicide missions we're going to go on, I think, now that I think about it. That was weird. So take the elevator down. Head on outside. And this is New Londo Ruins, maybe? Soul of a Nameless Soldier. That's a higher soul than Soul of Lost Undeads. There's no reason to kill these guys because we're going to end up dying here anyway. New Londo Ruins, yeah. What I want to show you real quick, though, is down here is a character, NPC.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Ricky of Vinheim. I was once an established smith, but look at me now. Can you believe it?
So he's a smith. He
What
can
is it?
help you upgrade your equipment.
Oh no, don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. I can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
So you can modify equipment, which we don't have any weapons available for that yet. Reinforcer weapons. So you see on the top right, we need Titanite shards plus souls at this point to start upgrading weapons. Armor is the same way. He can repair your equipment, but one thing he does have here is if you want to be a sorcerer, you already have the catalyst, but he does sell a couple more spells, Soul Arrow and Heavy Soul Arrow. These are nice to get, and I would buy these off of him as a sorcerer for sure.
Come back soon.
Even if you have Soul Arrow in one spot of your attunement, you can buy another Soul Arrow and put it in another spot, and then you've doubled your available spells. So don't think that just because you have the spell, it's not worth buying it again. It actually will, instead of having like 20 or whatever, you have 40 or something. However many souls you get, spells you get out of it. So there's an S-stock in here, which is a pretty cool little, it's like a straight sword. It's pretty nice. And if you see a guy in a vase, usually he'll drop an item if you knock it. Transient Curse. This one allows you to kill ghosts. I think you need a magic weapon to kill a ghost. Maybe just a magic weapon. You might need another type of one. But if you don't have one, you can use this and actually are able to kill ghosts. If you don't have that, and you have a normal weapon like we have, then you can't actually hit them. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get an item that is right over here. or right over there. Well, I'll show you. You're basically going to run. I'm going to grab the item and then I'm going to kill myself. But I will keep the item, and that's the whole point. And what this item does is helps with your Estus flask recovery. It's going to give you a +1 so we can heal more health. So what you want to do is run this way. Go down here. Make sure you stay on the path. It's easy to fall off. We get our Firekeeper soul, and then I like to just kill myself because I'd rather kill myself than get killed by the ghosts. So we're going to lose 223 souls because we're not going to go back there to get our body, but it's really not that big of a deal. So now that we have the Firekeeper soul, we can come talk to our Firekeeper girl down here. And as you see in the bottom left, Estus flask. Once we talk to her and give her the soul, reinforce, yes, it becomes an Estus flask +1, which basically means that it heals us more than it gives us a little bit more health than it used to. So that's a nice little thing to do. And then we actually are going to head down there again. Now that I think about it, there's a weapon I want to get, and this is going to be another suicide mission. So since we already have 0 souls, you know, this is the best time to do these suicide missions, you know, when you don't have any souls, because obviously you don't want to waste them. So hit the lever here. It's going to bring our guy back up. I haven't actually done this one in a little while. And I believe what we're going to get from this is a weapon that I think we're going to get a weapon that gives us that's good for a faith character. Like I said, I've never played a faith character before, so I never really worried about it that much. But we'll see. So we'll head back down. And you want to do is come all the way down here and go into here, and there's another way out. And our master key, as you see, opens this door. If we don't have the master key, we could not get in here. And this is the Valley of the Drakes. This is a tough little spot here, which usually you need would be higher level before we actually come in here and really tackle some of these guys, or attempt to. This is a back way into Blighttown, which we are not going to go into, but it's a kind of the back door into Blighttown, which could actually be beneficial. Well, we got some crappy frames. I know Blighttown is the worst frame rate area in the game on the console, and hopefully it stays not that bad here on the PC. I can deal with it. So what we're going to do is come all the way down here, and there's a dragon down here that is going to kill us. But as you see, he's out there. He also has two items that we want to basically grab those 2 items before he kills us. I've actually gotten away from him before, but it's rare for me. Usually I end up dying. And I don't think he actually awakens until you get the items. Could be wrong about that. So sneak up to him. I'm going to pretend that he awakens even if I don't get the items, because I'm not sure. See, so yeah, most likely I'm going to die here. So grab the straight sword and the shield and then run your ass off. Oh, and he's going to kill me, yeah. But that's okay, because we got what we wanted. He's a tough son of a bitch too, as you would think a dragon would be. Alright, but we got what we wanted. So we have Astora's great sword, which you see does magic damage and physical damage, 80-80. That's the nice thing. And you need 14 faith to wield it, 10 strength, and 10 dex. And we have all that. So we actually have ourselves a weapon that can do magic damage and physical damage. So it's a nice thing to grab. Yeah, it's gonna be it's nice. Put it that way. And it is 120. What is that? Is that light damage? Oh, I'm not sure what that 120 is. I gotta check on that for you. And we also got a shield, the Dragon Crest shield, which does, as you see there, 100% physical damage reduction, which I was saying earlier, you really want one of those. And now we got it, and all we need is 10 strength to wield it, so that's our new getup. We have our sword and our dragon crest shield. Pretty nice. I don't know if I'm gonna go with a spear now that I got this sword, to be honest with you. We'll see how this sword goes. Cause I said, I've never actually played this character. I've never used this sword before, so I kind of forgot how good it is. And we need a 10 dex for it, which is fine. I gave myself that. Maybe I won't go with the spear to go to 15 dex. We'll see how it goes. I still want to get my strength up to 16, I think, because I may still use that Drake sword, or not. I don't know. We'll work on vitality and endurance for a while here, coming up, and faith maybe next. So anyway, that's our little run-in with suicide missions and getting some items that can help early in the game. And we're going to end here, and then we'll see y'all in the next one, and we're going to start actually doing some real stuff. I'm going to head up that path and start going through some of the areas. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see y'all in the next one.